part 2 of the previous show. We're going to start part 2 by wrapping up a person called John McLeod, who only needed 4 races to return about a 1,000,000% profit at Doomben. Is there, to tell you what, is Brisbane breaking the record for the amount of race meetings that have been called off in a 12-month period? But anyway, that's another story. But yeah, 4 races. I think he invested probably 15 units in that time, and had already got about to about 40 or 50 units on that stage. So yeah, he
only got an early mark.
Yeah, got an early mark. So yeah, no, put it this way, no one asked for a refund.
No. Yeah, no. He's, as we said last week, he's one of the form.
Oh, he's just absolutely flying, as we knew he would come back into that form. And we've still got the ability. You can still buy the next 4 weeks to get back on the John McLeod train. $199 for the 4, or you can buy it individually for $55. So if you want to be on board with John, either buy that package or you just buy it individually. But if you want to bet in Brisbane, the best way to do so is with John McLeod, and he is back, and he is back in a huge way.
Yeah, no, he's just nailing 90% of the races he plays.
Yeah, exactly right. It's just phenomenal, and of course, don't forget the Ascot service as well too, which is equally as good. So whether it's Brisbane or Ascot, John McLeod is your man. If he can't do it, no one can. He's great.
Is it from Aladdin? Is it?
I don't know.
Robin Williams.
I'm not sure.
Oh, it must be from somewhere else, but
yeah, he can do it. No one can. Anyway, John McLeod, great man, flying. Jump on board. Packages for Brisbane or just individually for Perth or there. Vinery Stud Stakes is the first of the Group 1s and first of 2 Group 1s, and it is first seal $1.95, set square $9.50, Winex $7, adrift $10.
Yeah, just no major changes. Look, first seal, the punters are not jumping into the price.
No good for Gladiator. Anyway, keep going.
No, not much doing. Not much movement.
Anyway, Mark, what's going to be moving in front?
Well, it looks touch steady, doesn't it? I mean, there's 14 fillies going around. You want to imagine serious tempo.
Up to 2,000,
yeah. Look, Adrift looks like she gets in the van with blinkers on.
And Damien Oliver, there's a rider for Gay.
Yeah, what's she doing fucking around with Kevin.
Kev. Yeah, I'll run with Kev.
Yeah, Adrift, like she was pretty much in the van in the I'm going to call it the Rosemount Classic, the Coolmore.
Rosemount, yes.
Then she was 3 wide without cover. Anyway, so she's up to 2,000, and Amicus looks set to race handy. Heavens Above, Miss Interiors, and Lady McCann with the next 3, and First Seal positions her where. First Seal, who she reminded me of. Who won this race? Was it 2 years ago? That Cummings, the good Cummings filly. She'd run in the Coolmore and then turned up and won this race at a short price.
Norzita.
Yeah. Anyway, so First Seal. What is your? I mean, I know you're going to reference Dal the brutal Spring Champion Stakes, but what is your thought about this horse in 2000?
I think it's similar to what I had about when she was up against the big girls the other time. I don't think it poses too much of a challenge for her, but I think where there is a challenge, I think a horse like Set Square is a real 2,000 metre horse, is a real staying filly, and we normally don't see staying fillies as, it's almost a misnomer, isn't it? But there are a couple here, her and Adrift, that look like, okay, I do want to be at 2,000 metres.
Yeah, well, 2,000 is sort of it's the point where it gets a bit sticky.
Yeah, it is. It's a sticky. I think it's okay. I mean, and what she did in the Spring Champion was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But
she was coming off a mighty flight stakes.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
Now she's coming off a run where her gauge went down to empty.
Yeah.
Anyway, 1 First Seal, Jay McDonald again. 8 Adrift. Looks poised to run a serious race.
Blinkers, Damien, Gay. Geez, it feels good, doesn't it?
3 Amicus, 2 Set Square, 1-8-3-2. I'm having 5.5 First Seal, 1 unit Adrift, 3/4 Amicus, and half a unit on Thunder Lady. And I don't have too much else to say about the race. I'm mildly interested in the shippers, Set Square and Fenway. And
Fenway for sure too.
Yeah, and I don't really not really interested in the Keith Nolan, which never really fits.
No, I was just happy to throw that right at the bit.
It never fits this race ever.
No, lovely. First I've noticed you have been able to market $1.90, Mark?
Yeah. Yeah, well, James helped.
Okay, cool. I could only get it to about 7 to 4.
Blake off. James on.
Oh, Blake, there's nothing in the jockey change.
No.
It's just
apart from stupidity.
what is the story with jockey?
I don't know. There was something.
There's a blow up, is there?
Oh, there was something. Something happened. I didn't ride a track work. We went. I don't know.
Blake went to America and missed some track work.
Or something. I don't know.
So they were like,
like that, John.
You're not committed.
I think it was owners, but look. There's long and varied stories about it. Whatever it is, sounds stupid to me. But anyway, how would you know? And if anybody thought that Blake that was well on, he didn't do everything he possibly put in the Cornwall. Can't jump to us. Everyone's lauding Tommy for his ride on Vancouver. How was anything different to what Blake did on First Seal?
No, it wasn't anything. It's just that Tommy was on a machine.
Yeah, exactly. And First Seal he was almost on a machine, but there was a couple of other machines around it. A couple of points. Yes, as we said, burn that. Adrift we've spoken about. Winx. I just highly inflated win, doing really nothing.
Sprinter,
but I think we nailed that horse. Is that she's just got a good sprint off a slow tempo and put under a bit of pressure, and especially over 2,000 metres. I don't know we're going to see that. So happy to Brasco Winx. Are you the same, Mark? Or
look, there was impressive aspects to it breaking through, but see, a lot of these horses are 1,500 to 2,000, which is not quite what you want.
No, and set square
and fast run 1,500 to 2,000.
Well, talk about fast run races. That race that Noble Protector won and set square was in. My God, that was a race. I mean, we see Noble Protector tonight at Moonee Valley. It's just amazing what happened there. That is a serious race. But whether that's too serious a race too, that's the other question. So Fenway's involved in that. Set Square's involved in that. But yeah, so and Set Square is the real staying type. It's a horse that Darren found. Very early as part of an Oaks horse, based on the fact that he saw it as a real stayer. Worry being barrier 12, either too far back or wide at Rose Hill 2,000 metres. Doesn't sound like a great recipe, especially if she looks consigned to probably coming outside of the lane, all of that. So much prefer it from a different setup. But yeah, I'm going to have 5 units to place on Adrift.
Nice. Yeah, I'm going to risk First Seal, but I do concede. She's going to be in the
She's the horse to beat. I'm not bagging her.
No, just this whole thing, like these horses stepping up in distance with, sprinting or middle distance form. It just hasn't been a great play to go with. The horse one of the horses I'm tipping is obviously Adrift, but it does have that staying breeding. It stayed last prep, and everything says it's a stayer. So I have 6 units Adrift, 5 Set Square, 4 Fenway, who third up 2,000 was what's probably his best run, and now it's its second prep.
Blake and the family, that looks nice.
And I'm gonna have 2 on Ballet Suite, who's just progressing nicely at against the boys and midweeks and Love Blood.
Anything to say about those wins, Mark? Ballet Suite.
Good first up, lucky second up, but once again it's Kevin. The thing I've just realised about this race is the only horse that's coming from the slowly run mile-ish up to the 2,000 is Winx.
Yeah, okay, that's fair call.
So
there's a back in a bit.
There's a point in Winx.
Lovely call. And I actually the one horse out of Campbell that I'm happy to sort of forgive is Thunder Lady.
Yeah,
it was there the one that wasn't there.
It'll love 2,400.
Yeah, that's right, exactly. Yeah, it's
I'm worried about it, but at the price, I'm going to leave it alone.
Yeah, perfect. All right, lovely. Okay, that's race. You did your units yet?
Yeah, I've got too many.
Perfect. All right, race 7 is the BMW. I'd be interested to get your thoughts. I don't think I've ever done a feature race quicker than this. It's what is it? $2.30 the Jap, $3.80.
Short?
$2.30 now. Yeah.
Really?
$2.30 the Jap, $3 voting Hartnell, and then about $10 Lucia and Protectionist.
Right. So the tab went out $3.50 to the Wells, and now, as you say, best is about $2.40, $2.30. There was some $4 about Hartnell, which I think $3.80 is still available. through Ladbrokes.
Yep.
Bookmaker. Other than that, they're a bit short everywhere else. So those two have just dominated.
Beautiful. All right, lovely. Mark, who leads? Fast Dragon, off he goes again. Are we going to have another slowly run, wait for age race, which seems to be the season for it? Or does Hampton Court with Tommy on it have a look and try to be shocked back into life?
Look, Dale, it won its Group 1 coming from the back.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
They,
It's just the fact that it isn't going. I'm just thinking, is it,
right, so we throw at the stumps because it isn't going?
Yeah, wide gate.
They did a good job riding it back last week.
Went well.
Anyway, look, Fast Dragon looks to lead. Silent Achiever looks to sit second. Hartnell and To The World will race handy, and Hampton Court is a possibility. This is a Japanese horse with some pace.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they all.
It's clearly better than Toes and Stardom because it's started shorter than Toes and Stardom every time they've met. Similar looking records. The only thing is, it's got N Hall on it.
That's the worry too. And then you look at the difference in the two rides for the horses. Toes and Stardom, it's gone a dozen lengths below what it's ever gone before and didn't suit it. And when the other one went 6, 7 lengths above average, and that suited. That's how they run. They've got to get out and go.
But I mean, that was my point about the Japanese horses that race up on speed.
Yeah, that's right.
They're coming down in grade.
Yeah, exactly.
The ones that are bludging back in the field, that are enjoying that are running past the tired ones, they're not getting that.
They've got to. These. I think the key to them is they've got to be ridden to tempo, not position. And I heard Tommy talking about it on the radio, saying, "Oh, mate said that he wanted to be ridden with cover," but that's fine. You've probably got to say, "Oh, mate, well, guess what? This race is going to be run 3 seconds slower than what you get run in Japan. I could lead by a dozen lengths, and I'm still running comfortably." Yeah, so I think you got to. That's the key, to ride these horses to pace, not position.
So yes, hear that, Nick Hall. So 7 To The World to beat 8 Hartnell, who. What are you saying about 2400, Dale?
Yeah, fine. No dramas whatsoever.
10 Licia Valentina and 1
He's got a real good spread. His international numbers are a real good, consistent spread across the board. That's why we didn't mind him first up. He can go. He obviously goes better as his preparation goes on, but he can go. He's very versatile.
It was a good clean out the other day.
Yeah.
7, 8, 10, 1. I'm having 3.5 units on 7.
Potentially a flat run the other day, and I thought it was just very easy. It was just 6 to 4 one, 5 to 2 the other, which the market has gone, and then protections to the next one. The two girls are coming off. That whilst they went slow in that race last week, that last 800 metre sectional is as brutal as you've ever seen. That with what Contributor's done and all of that, and they are in mega danger zones of flat runs. Even if it was off 2 weeks, these girls backing up, girls under pressure like that. They're the hardest things in racing to predict, flat runs, but geez, they are red line, danger. So I'll let the girls slide. It's 15 units on To The World, hoping it's the one and parades well, and Nick Hall does it right. Saving on Hartnell with 5 units and 1 unit on Protectionist, because 2400 metres, his runs have been a lot better. He needs 2 miles for 2400 metres. As we have said before, is a different world to other things.
It is.
13 units To The World and 10 on Hartnell.
Yeah, it's the plays, and if you want to just play a tight play, it just looks that, and Protectionist is really the only spoiler. Is that a fair call?
Yeah. Well, I studied that Protectionist, its final 400, and it doesn't seem like the same going as well as it did last time.
No, but it
might be hidden.
It needs another 400 metres to go as well as that, and then if you tack that on and it's actually going better and actually probably improving, then that's where it comes into play. You've got to remember,
many mile-and-a-half plus horses have been written off too soon.
Yeah, that's right, exactly. Like, you got to remember what Protectionist did when we jumped onto him last time. He was first up 2,400 metres, then second up 2 miles.
Yeah.
Here he's gone 1,800, 2,000. Not in play. So there it is. All right, perfect. Well, there's the BMW. That's pretty easy. You said Tassie is on Sunday. Oh, it's the big Sunday, Hong Kong and Tassie. There you go.
Yep.
Aim up Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday session.
Sunday session. Probably, it's Launceston or Hobart. I don't really check.
It's Tassie.
It's Tassie. It's
on the map.
Yeah, so he's going well. A bit of rain, a bit wetter this time of year down in Tasmania, so there's no interims anymore. But as soon as he's comfortable with the track, he'll put out his final set. ready to rock and roll.
Beautiful. That's Tasmania and Hong Kong on Sunday. So big Sunday, and both about the same time, aren't they? So there it is. Yep. Tasmania, Hong Kong, jump on board as the feast continues over Friday, Saturday and Sunday of this carnival racing on the weekend. It takes us to the carnival racing of the Tulic Stakes. $7 Diamond Valores, $4.80 Haraki, Cape Crusader Ruling Dynasty $7, and Omiris is $8 still with the tab, but $6 everywhere else and has been smashed.
Yeah, it's in definitely a couple of points. I couldn't see what the tab originally opened it, but good backing down there. $13 into $9 for Marion at the top.
Yep.
And those two horses are the biggest changes so far.
Mm-hmm.
2 leaders drawn side by side, Cape Crusader and Brogue outside him. It does look quite keen. You've got Ruling Dynasty, who isn't necessarily a fast horse, but looks to go forward. Marion occupies a position underneath the leaders. Diamond Valores can be forward and can be back. Quick Strike, either or. Saddler's Flame should be prominent, and Omiros, out of a very fast run mile up to 2,000, should be prominent as well. I saw a horse here that raced in the van in the Australian Guineas, and it's fourth up into this race. It's got the great Stevie Arnold on it, and and they put up $13.
It's the one with form, isn't it? You know.
I suppose are they looking at the fact that it failed in that weird 2000 race?
That's the icky part, isn't it?
But it's Mike Moroney NZ bred. It's like it's got 2000 written all over it.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? If you can overlook that, yes.
Yeah. One Marion who has got a pretty good platform for this.
And the set weight suit, Mark.
Well, yeah. 14 Omiros. I have. So far, I've done all my money on that Wyong race. You know, I've found Nakatani yesterday, no good, an unwanted Rembrandt and something else, some shit bags down at Kembla. It's probably winner only.
Okay.
But this horse has gone super duper duper with its blinkers on for the first time. The only thing is it's fast run mile.
Fast run mile up to 2,000. Yeah.
But it's got Blakey Boy on board. 4 Gouldian, who is pretty dour, and it should be noted, did go a mile to the 2,500 of the Derby.
It's an interesting point, isn't it? It's the first opportunity it's really got at 2,000 metres, isn't it? It's whether it is or it isn't, it's this first real chance. It's set up.
Yeah, I preferred him to his stablemate 3, Haraki, who I put in for 4th. Well, the other thing is, Marion and Haraki, you've got a couple of fronts in common there. I know that we're trying to say that Haraki didn't exist down there, but
but he
seems fairly obvious there.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, honourable mention to Blademeister, who he's been running big odds here.
Better Paul and Marion Damien at 50 to 1 seems.
Yeah, look, unsuited last time. Cape Crusader I was very bullish about, and the ring wasn't at Randwick. He did a good job, but he just seems like he might be in the carb up here. So 1, 14, 4, 3. I'm having 7 units on number 1, 2 units on number 14, and 1 unit on number 4.
Beautiful. I agree. I mean, Marion's got the form. I mean, it's bits and pieces form, and Marion formed through the Australian Guineas. Well, we saw Kermadec come out and go okay from it in a pretty serious race. Marion. 3 units Marion, 2 units Omiris. On the rise, and John Sargent, I don't mind John Sargent with these style of horses. And Bishin, John Sargent's good, and again, inside barrier for inexperienced horses at this trip.
Yep. I'm going to go a bit wide like you guys. Well, Marion is, I don't know what price it's going to start. Do you want to lock in prices, or are you happy with it? $9.
Oh, it's not. What do you reckon? They'll either say, yes or no.
It's a Melbourne horse.
Melbourne horse. What do you reckon, mate? Will they back Marion or not? Yeah. Okay. We'll lock in the price.
I'll have 1 unit Marion.
Yeah.
I'll have 2 units Quick Strike, who I do like its prep, and that run with Happy Clapper and Lassitude I think is going to be, it's been a good race already. Stepping up to 2,000 I think is the key. We'll see the best of it. And I'll have a unit on Omerus who...
Because everybody else is?
Well...
We're just going to join the Omerus party.
Yeah, well...
Omerus Brothers.
Trialled like a good horse, and that second up runner, it was just, yeah, it was enormous, and it's run time. It's not a great setup, but it might just be better in what looks to be a pretty average race besides the top one who has form.
The classic Tulic Stakes.
Classic Tulic Stakes. Well, we need the Tulic Stakes to do something for a classic derby, don't we? Has anyone got a 2400 metre horse? What about a filly? Can one of these fillies run in the derby?
Well, I noticed Gouldian has a win over Quick Strike, but the problem is Gouldian has 29 days off between runs. So I'm a bit... He would have been in if it wasn't for that.
Beautiful. All right, there's your work.
Yep.
Moving along to the final event, which is the Neville S Stakes over 2,000 metres. Four-teller Portichet, $5. $6 Dear Demi, Himalaya Dream, $9.
Right. I don't think there was...
Before we do, one to follow. Track work, Nick Ashman, flying, isn't he? And actually, there's a bit of an extension to the service. Nick's just going crazy. He's sending tips through for Cessnock and Hawkesbury and everywhere. So,
right?
Yeah.
Randwick trained horse.
Yeah. Oh, it's a Randwick trained horse.
Johnny Sargent sent one over to Cessnock.
Yeah, Nick didn't. Yeah, so not only is he finding, he's finding plenty of winners, and Warren just continues to warren along. So, with your track work service, $10 a week, you get tips on Wednesday, tips on Saturday from both Warren at Flemington, Nick at Randwick, and then add a little bonuses during the week wherever.
And Country Shots is changing as well. There's a few provincial tips coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
yeah, so there's plenty of winners there, and of course there they are.
Yeah, we're coming off another couple of good weeks.
Oh, last week
The
week before was all right.
Yeah.
The week before was huge.
Yeah.
But the last week wasn't. Like a lot of things.
Yes.
But anyway, that happens.
You'll be winning.
There they are. There they are's turn this week. Go, there they are. Spend $10 and get there they are.
Yeah. There hasn't been too much movement in this race at all, so
no.
Thanks for padding for me, but it wasn't
sort of
inspiring
in a way. It's
yeah, well, the 5 runners, it's always hard to...
Right, so Himalaya Dream, with or without anchor drop, is...
Leader.
Pornichet, I imagine, gets on speed tomorrow. Maybe our Voodoo Prince ridden closer with a different rider from...
Blinkers on.
Yes, he's been missing for quite some time. Mauro, obviously, not too far away. And the others looking for spots. Foreteller, Dear Demi, Hawkspur. I mean, you know, it's not a great alley to sort of decide you want to go forward from a wide draw. I mean, not a great start, sorry. Slow pace Janoob, Singing Flame, Destiny's Kiss out the back. 5 Pornichet, seems a likely type here. 4 Mauro, they're, you know, fit enough and never been to 2000. 10 Destiny's Kiss, blinkers back on, so Joey says it's time. And it's Glen off,
yeah, good point.
And 13.
Christian, does he know how to get to Rose Hill at the moment?
13 Dear Demi. He's good enough. Like Christian will do.
He doesn't exist though, does he?
Well, he's better than Glenn, I can tell you.
Oh no, I'm not saying ability-wise. He just doesn't. Where is he?
Yeah, he's Wyoming.
Yeah, he just doesn't exist.
You know, is anything wild? Yeah. 5, 4, 10, 13. I can have 1.5 units on Pornichet, and you know I'm very, very underwhelmed by the prices for Foreteller and Dear Demi here.
Dear Demi, especially. I won't say because I've got her. She's bitten me on the backside too many times in her life, but
well, sometimes. She hasn't won any.
No, sometimes, yeah, but she has a look of not really being back. Anyway, Matt, have you got anything to add?
Not particularly. I'm gonna.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna spec one slow pace. It's coming through the It's Somewhat Burbro runs. It could bob up at big odds and has something there. It was a very slowly run Craven Plate last time to Moriarty Rising Romance. Moriarty, sorry. Was 650 that day, out to 8, so I'll have 1 unit on slow pace.
Isn't it Karen off?
It's Karen off, and VA on. the gun.
Yeah.
So anyway, and Chris Lee knows how to train a horse.
Right. So what is the Chris Waller pick in this race? I mean, we had
probably
Hermit win the last race last week.
Yeah, and
he's already trained to win with Catkin, so he doesn't need.
No, he
It only comes into play when he hasn't.
when he hasn't had a winner, no. Look, but if the planets are going to align, you think it's probably foretelling, isn't it? But then why would you have Blossom? Is our Voodoo Oliver out of Voodoo Prince? I backed our Voodoo Prince at $10 the place earlier on. It's now, I think it was about when it was 50 or 60 bucks or something like that.
Still $51.
No, you can't get 51 anyway. No.
What about
Big price.
Hawkspur's third to Hartnell and Opinion?
Yeah, Hawkspur's there, but Hawkspur could be the one, but then it's tight. So
it's only allowed to run for Red Gloves.
yeah, Red Gloves is the go there. Janoob, well, Janoob, we all know about the story about Lasix out. But Jay McDonald on Janoob, yeah, I don't know. No, I don't know.
He did surge a bit, Janoob. Like he found preferment at the start before. He was the one around the outside, Janoob trying to Janoob, but it just stopped. Yeah, I don't know. Pornichet does look well set up. Seems to be not didn't over race.
1500 to 2000.
1500 to 2000, and yeah, it's
didn't over race last.
Sort of well set up, but without being well set up too. It's
Nothing is well set up in this
No,
race,
exactly.
I mean, like Himalaya Dream's got the best last.
It's got the Boeing, hasn't it?
Yeah.
That's the one with the Boeing and the Zing.
Might have to start a new service.
Boing
bets.
Yeah. Well, it's carrying the Zing. Anyway, cool. All right, that wraps us up.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Remember the give Mad Bookie a try. Shine on through the links from the site. You'll get there, and then also buy everything else, because hopefully we'll be having a very big winning day all across the board. Mark, thank you.
Yes, we will. It's high hopes for tomorrow.
High
See you
hopes.
there.
We'll be there. Bye.